Hey everybody, happy Saturday. It's Saturday, right? Happy Saturday. I am getting ready to go to graduation parties, but I realized that in the last couple of weeks, I have been really bad about connecting with people. No excuses, but life's been crazy. My oldest graduated from high school last night, which was a huge deal, right? And so we've had graduation, and now we've got graduation parties, and me finishing up teaching for the year and bouncing this new swim team schedule around and all these different things. I gotta be honest, I've been kind of distracted by everything else I've had to do. But I wanted to check in with you and let you know that A, I'm still here, and B, just to kind of like fill you in on some things that I've written about, but I haven't necessarily posted a lot. I didn't do my email last week to all of my subscribers, and I apologize. It totally, time got away from me. So I wanted to check in with you guys right now really quickly and just let you know that this video today is going to be quick, and I'm going to talk to you very briefly about how to find the perfect diet just for you, okay? I've had people ask me before, well, what do you do? And I think I know that I've mentioned this in the past, and some people will be like, oh, well, she only eats vegetables, which is totally not true because I really like food a lot, you guys, a lot. So, yeah, I eat a lot, and it's just that I figured out what works for me as opposed to what some book or some regimen or something like that says. And I know what my body likes and what my body doesn't like. And the really cool thing is that that's actually what I teach in my coaching practice is I teach you guys to figure out what's going to work for you as opposed to what works for your friend or, what some program says, because not always do those programs work for everybody. It gets really discouraging when you talk to somebody that tells you, oh, well, this is what I do. I just, I do Weight Watchers, or I do keto, or I do intermittent fasting. And that might work for them, and that's fantastic, but that kind of stuff doesn't work for everybody. So we're going to talk about the truth of why most diets don't work today. And I'm going to let you in on 10 little ways to start discovering what the perfect diet is for you so that you aren't stuck wondering why something else works for someone else, because you are strictly you, and your body doesn't function like anyone else's because you're completely unique. And I know that can sound terrifying. Well, how am I supposed to know? That's why you've got me. So here we go. Why am I talking about finding the perfect diet for you? Because you've probably heard statistics on dieting, but 95% of dieters can't keep the weight off. They do a great job. They get on a program, they lose the weight they want to lose, and then they're like, yeah, I did it. And then they come back and it all comes back. But even worse is that more often when it comes back, it comes back more than what they lost, which is super frustrating. And it causes that dieting roller coaster or that merry-go-round that we just can't get off. And nobody wants to live that way, guys. Nobody wants to do that. So my hope is that I can help you guys figure out how to get off that awful merry-go-round of dieting, find out what works for you so you can eat, because food is delicious and food is good. And I'm going to graduation parties because we use food to celebrate, and I'm probably going to eat there, okay? But research has proven that dieting can backfire, and it will mess up your metabolism. Part of that is because, Princella, right? We do go through that, and I went through it for years. I really did. I started, I think I did my first round of Weight Watchers when I was a sophomore in high school, and it worked. It was great. And then it didn't work, and then I gained back more, and then I went to college, and the freshman 15 happens, and then I lost it, and then I gained back more, and then I finally figured out what to do, and it was a process. So yeah, I'm reading my notes, so if you see me look to the side, that's why. But I don't want to forget anything. So a lot of times when we diet, what happens is that not only are we losing fat, but we're also losing muscle. And I think that number on a scale game that we play is very disheartening and deceptive, because we have to remember that muscle weighs more than fat. And if you're dieting and losing muscle, not only are you losing what burns the calories, but you may not lose the number as quickly as you will the fat. So I am a big proponent of measurements over numbers on scales. I think numbers on scales are great in terms of, a healthy number. But I also think that losing that number around your middle section, where a lot of people tend to gain weight from things like carbs, or if you tend to carry a lot of your weight in your upper body or your middle section, that's really the part of our body that we don't want to carry weight, because it shows more of that tendency towards diabetes or heart disease. So that's a scary place to gain weight or to carry weight. So we really want to look at measurements. But what's important about this whole dieting statistic is that if we know that 95% of people who lose weight are going to gain it back, it's likely that, if you want to just drop a few pounds so that you can feel awesome in a swimsuit or in your clothes this summer or whatever, that's great. And you deserve to have that. There is no shame in wanting to lose weight so that you can feel good in your clothes. Because if you don't feel good, your mental health gets screwed up. It's not about, hey, I wear a size whatever. It's about how you feel about yourself. And if that makes you feel good about yourself, then there is absolutely no shame in that. And I think you should 100% go for it. It is not vain to like how you feel and how you look. It's vain to tell everybody else that you look better than them or to think that you look better than them. But it is not vain to want to feel your best and look your best. Okay? Because when you do that, you have more to offer the rest of the world. Okay? Thank you. Okay, don't get caught up in that idea, well, I shouldn't care if I lose weight because then I will think that, I look better than everyone else. No. That's not what it's about. It's about feeling your best so you can go out and shine and do all the things that you're supposed to do. All right? So if diets don't work, what the heck does? And here's what I'm going to tell you. All right? I have this list of 10 paradigms that we're going to talk about very quickly because I'm going to go to, like I said, a graduation party here shortly. But this is your perfect diet. And this is from working with clients. It's from actually working with myself from however long ago, let's say 5 years ago, before I even knew anything about coaching. This is where it all started, okay? So chances are that if you pay attention to these paradigms, these are gonna resonate with you. And I want you to think about which one clicks with you the most. And that's gonna probably be your biggest clue on where you should start. Number one, there are as many right diets as there are people on the planet. There are as many right diets as there are people on the planet. What works for me may not work for you, and it might work for someone else, but only if they switch something. Don't judge it on what someone else is doing. I can't eat straight protein in the morning because I will be starving. Okay. Number two, what's healthy for one person might not be healthy for you. Okay, I eat carbs every morning. That's what keeps me going. It's what makes me be able to think and keep my energy up. And I eat the right kind of carbs for my body. All right, other people can't do that. They want eggs, bacon in the morning, and that's fine. That works for them, not for me. Okay, number three, the body has an innate wisdom beyond any book or any authority. You can read every diet book on the planet. And if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't matter. Your body knows what it needs, not a book. You can get good ideas from a book, but you cannot get what you need from a book, okay? Number four, diets in and of themselves are not useful as dogma. They are a reference. They can give you good ideas, okay? Keto is great for some people. Parts of keto are great for other people, but they have to change it up a little bit. It's all about what works for you. So a diet is not the end all be all. Okay? Use this as a reference point. Number five, your body is the ultimate dietary authority for every phase of your life. I am 43 years old. Okay? I cannot eat what I ate when I was 17. That's a good thing because I weigh about 20 pounds or 25 pounds less than I weighed when I was 17 right now. Okay? That's good. Your body knows what it needs. And if your body says, I need to eat this, like me and my weird sweet potato fetish, yes, okay? I got a thing with sweet potatoes because they really, really make me feel good. Like snuggly warm comfort food and energy and all of that. And I know what makes me feel good, okay? I also know that I really love macaroni and cheese, but and it tastes delicious, and it probably makes me feel really good for about an hour, And then I don't feel so good anymore. I feel tired and I feel sick and I wonder why I ate it, even though if you put another bowl in front of me, I'm still gonna love the way it tastes, okay? So my body knows what feels good. Yeah, it's like, so sweet potatoes. So Princella says she loves sweet potatoes. Okay, Mindy already knows this. My go-to lunch is sweet potatoes with regular, like natural peanut butter and a teeny bit of maple syrup, chia seeds, pumpkin pie spice, and curry powder. It's like pie with no crust. It's so good. So you should try that. I'm going to tell the whole world about sweet potato pie without a crust before the end of this whole, like before I drop dead. Like I'm going to coach people on how to eat sweet potatoes. So the next thing, since I just told you that I'm 43, your diet changes as your body does, right? So you probably can't eat the same thing that you ate when you were in high school, and it's a bummer because those were the glory days, right? Like you could eat whatever you wanted and not gain weight. Or some people could. I definitely couldn't do that. Your body, number 7. Your body is your most powerful, least expensive, and best dietary experimentation lab. You get to figure out what works for you. Your body's going to tell you. So that's one of the things I do with my coaching practice is I really sit down and I say, hey, you know what? I'm going to eat this today. And I'm going to pay really good attention to how I feel when I eat it. And then about 20 minutes after I eat it, and then maybe a couple hours later, see where I am. And when you start looking at that, that's your lab, okay? Like, wow, I never thought I would feel good if I ate zucchini noodles. But you know what? I feel awesome. And some people will be like, zucchini is the worst. Like, it made my stomach hurt. A good example is my daughter, my 17-year-old. She can't eat apples that aren't cooked. I know it's weird. You would think like apples, like that whole apple a day keeps the doctor away thing. For her, an apple a day means stomach cramps and she can't eat them. So for her and her whole dietary lab, we don't eat raw apples. I mean, she can eat applesauce. She can eat them cooked. It's weird, okay? So you have to pay attention to what works for your body. Number 8, your relationship, this is a huge one, you guys pay attention. Your relationship with food and your body impacts your health more than what you eat. Okay, I'm going to say that one again. Your relationship with food and your body impacts your health more than the food you eat. Knowing your body and knowing how your body reacts is going to make you mentally healthier and physically healthier than eating all of the crustless sweet potatoes in the world, or eating all of the kale, or all of the boneless, skinless chicken breast, or eggs, or whatever it is will ever do. You gotta pay attention to the relationship you have with food. I will make a very strong confession right now. I have always had a tendency to have a really jacked relationship to food, okay? I have a very strong love-hate relationship with it. I definitely am kind of a food Nazi about what I'll eat and what I won't eat, and I definitely get food guilt, okay? It's probably, you could probably classify it as an eating disorder sometimes. It doesn't stop me from eating, so I wouldn't say it's unhealthy physically, but mentally, I'm still working on that. Okay, I'm working on that whole relationship that I have with food. The good news is I really like healthy food, and I know that it makes me feel better. So that works out. Okay, right? I'm not huge on junk food. It just doesn't make my stomach feel good. Some people are otherwise. All right, number 9. Symptoms and cravings and behaviors are not the problem. They're your only solutions until now. Okay? Having a symptom or a craving isn't the problem. That was your solution. The reason that you crave cookies is because something else in your life was off kilter. Okay? This could go back to the same thing with people who crave cigarettes. I needed a cigarette because I was stressed out. Okay, well, you didn't really need the cigarette. You craved the cigarette because something else was off kilter and you have a nicotine addiction. Well, okay, I crave a cookie because something else is off kilter and I have a sugar addiction or anything else. But those symptoms and cravings aren't the problem. Craving food is meant to help you deal with something else in your life, whether it's stress or sadness or a sugar addiction or anything else. So you can thank those cravings for letting you know that something else is up and you need to deal with it. Okay? Again, that's what we work on in my health coaching practice. It's not me telling you eat this. It's all of that, all wrapped up in a nice little box with a bow on top, right? Okay, last one. Nourishment is about so much more than food. Those cravings, I just said those are there to help you. Nourishing yourself is about more than what you eat. It's like, yes, I know that eating kale or sweet potatoes or chicken or whatever else is really, really good for you, but it's also really good for you to know what your body needs besides just this food. Okay, you might need maybe you need to up your exercise. Maybe your body needs, maybe you need to forgive somebody for something, or maybe you need to you need to give yourself a little fun. Maybe you're a workaholic and you have no idea how to stop working, so to make yourself feel better, you eat stuff. It happens all the time. But that's also something else that we, again, something else that I would talk about with the whole health coaching practice is what else needs nourished. So it might be scary at first to really think that you have control over this whole weight loss experience or this whole feeling better about yourself or whatever this experience is that you're looking for, more than some random diet. Okay? But you really do have that power. It's just figuring out where the heck it is and how to use it. And most of my clients, once they get going, find it completely liberating, and they start to feel really empowered by what they can do and not being tied to a very, very strict food list. I don't want you guys to have to say no to cookies, for crying out loud. You get one life. You should be able to eat one sometimes, right? I feel bad for people who can't eat cookies because I love them. But it's really liberating to know how your body works and what works for you and what won't. And you can still have those goals without being so stuck and so tied into some diet rule. Like the whole shake thing, that blows my mind. First of all, because I don't like sweet drinks, but I can't imagine wanting to survive on a shake. Like, don't you want to chew anything ever? Like chew it or get something crunchy in there? I just, and maybe I don't know enough about shakes. Maybe I don't, but that's like the most unappealing thing I can think of. And I don't want somebody to have to buy little packaged powdered shake mixes for the rest of their lives to be on a diet, because what happens when the company goes out of business and you can't buy the shakes anymore? Then you're stuck, right? And then you're going to gain all your weight back? Nobody wants that. All right, so I get that this is a whole new way of tackling food in your life and everything. And it's this huge mind shift of what you can do and what is possible for you. And now you get to look at all these different things that weren't working before or that were holding you back or causing you to crave food, and get this new lens on life, on what you can actually do, which is super empowering. And that's what I want to be able to help you with. All right. So if you're tired of trying a million diets and figuring out that everything's kind of crazy and you hate them all, I get it. I've done a lot of them. If you are, you're tired of looking at trends and being confused, or you're sick of buying expensive drinks and whatever else, I hope that you will come talk to me for 45 minutes. It's just like, it's this free conversation where we kind of dig in. You're going to feel like I'm asking you the same questions over and over, like, what's important about that? Why is that important? Okay, tell me why that's important to you. That's what I want to get at with you, okay? What do you want? Why is it important? Then we start making changes, all right? So I want to thank you guys really for tuning in. I know it is a busy Saturday for a lot of people. We have farmers market going on downtown. It's German Fest in Fort Wayne, which is where I will be later on tonight. It's graduation, it's day after graduation, all kinds of good stuff going on. I hope you guys will take time to do something awesome for yourself today, that you will eat foods that make you feel really good and really alive, and that you will hit me up for this free breakout session, because it's a big deal just to be able to say, okay, I learned this about myself and I know what I need to do next. And that's whether you decide to do coaching or not. I would love to spend 45 minutes talking to you. You can message me here on Facebook or Instagram, or you can call me at 260-222-8323. My website is 10,000swords.com, and I cannot wait to connect with you guys again soon. Happy Saturday. Have a great rest of your week. There's like one day left. So I will catch you guys later. Thanks again, and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.